Hey people, what's going on? What's going on? Hey everybody, hey. Happy Tuesday. Excuse me. What do you mean check encoder settings, ma'am? Okay. All right. Hello, Lacey J. I haven't seen your name in a bit, but I've also haven't not been here for a bit, so that's my fault. How you doing, boo? Happy Tuesday. Hello, Rob. How you doing? I'm out of town, as you can see. I'll be back in a couple weeks. I'll tell you why in a little bit. All right, guys. We are getting ready to get started. We're going to get started at 8:05. As you can see, I am still in Boston, friends. I'm here till the end of the month. I'm just taking care of some family stuff. But it has also given me time to get back on my streaming and live broadcasting, which is something that I really love and enjoy. So, yeah. But we are getting started at 8:05. I have some great stories for you guys. You guys who are interested in AI and whether you should get into it or not, I have a story for you, particularly my programmers. Friends who, I have a story about one of your favorite real estate websites. A psychic hotline is in some intellectual property trouble. What else? I have a funny story about emojis. There is also a story here about Nintendo. Okay, so, and I don't want to give you too much because even like the stories are very meaty. I don't want to give anything away because I think they're super funny. But I'm really excited to share them with you, and I'm excited to teach you and for us all to learn, how to properly protect our intellectual property and not get in trouble in these business streets. So if you have anybody in your life that you love, that you care about, or anybody who you want to see succeed, send them an invitation to the show. And I don't know if the stories are gonna take a full hour tonight, but if they don't, what I will do is open up for Q&A if you guys have any questions. What else do I want to tell you guys? Ooh, y'all want to see my hat? Look, I just bought this cute sun visor because I left mine at home. Isn't it cute? I'm usually like a solid color girl, but I got this off Amazon. It was like, I don't know, $10. Hey, one Nubian queen, and I love it. It's so cute. I think I'm gonna get more of these. Hello, Big T46. Hello, yes, I love seeing it. People coming on into the room. We are getting started in less than a minute. Make sure you grab a drink, a snack, something to record notes with, okay? Because we are going to laugh and we are going to learn tonight. All right. Hello, Tony Savage. Yes. So I'm very excited to talk to you guys. And if you don't know who I am, because I do see some new names, don't worry. I'm going to introduce myself shortly. I just like to give about a 5-minute lead time for everybody to come in. I like to call it the waiting room. Or the cocktail hour. Yeah. We'll call it the cocktail hour. All right. So we are getting started in less than a minute. Why is my messenger showing up? I didn't ask for that. Okay. While we wait, oh, guys, I had an emergency. Oh, no, actually, it's 8:05. Now it's time to start, okay? All right, welcome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice and you're like, who's this lady? I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I am the host of the show, and I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help people like yourself get your business paperwork together. So things like making sure you have your articles of incorporation, getting your EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, making sure you have appropriate contracts for clients and partners, protecting your intellectual property through trademarks and copyrights, hiring and training your employees properly so you don't get sued for discrimination, and a host of other things. I help you do all of this and more. And if you're wondering why I'm qualified to help you do all of this, I'm very happy that you asked. I am a licensed attorney. I have been one for 17 years and counting. I have started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you guys have questions. A lot of you guys have great ideas for businesses, and if you're going to be successful in business, there are just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it. So that is why I am here to, help you navigate that minefield of business formation so that you can grow and scale with confidence. All right. So if you are in the startup phase of your business and you're looking to level up, or even if you've been in business for a while but you haven't gotten around to that pesky paperwork, that is what I do. Paperwork is my art. Okay. So hit me up. I do provide free 15-minute consultations for first-time clients. You can go to the link in the bio, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, and I would love to hear from you. Okay. So that is what I do, on the workish side. This is what I call the fun side of my business. If you're wondering what this show is about, I take stories from the news, stories from podcasts, stories from stories that you guys send me. Sometimes you guys send me stuff in my inbox, and I take the ones that have lessons that we can learn as business owners, and we talk about them. Okay, so this is the time to ask questions and give comments. Participation helps you learn better. So don't be shy. There are no dumb questions. Even if you have to repeat a question, I am more than happy to answer it, because the only way you get to really know something is to continually repeat it, right? So when you are asking questions, you're actually helping me solidify that information in my brain. So don't be scared to ask any questions. All right. Okay. Not pause due to poor connection. Okay. So I think we're ready to get started. Okay. All right. So the first story that we are starting with tonight. How many of you guys in the last, let's say, month or so have used some type of, hi lovely Nikki, how many of you in the last month or so have used some type of AI app or tool? So I recently learned how to use ChatGPT, and I've been using that to help me write my captions for my Instagram posts. But I know that there are tons more. But if you have used an AI app or tool recently in the last month, please give me a robot. Okay, Instagram. Am I frozen? Hold on, Facebook. I think. Okay. Am I frozen? Oh, come on, bro. Facebook, hold on. Okay, can you guys see me now? We good? Hello? All right. Okay, so before I was so rudely interrupted by the Wi-Fi, if you have used some type of AI tool in the last month or so, or if you've ever used an AI tool, give me a star in the comments. Give me a star, okay? An AI tool, it can be like ChatGPT, I don't know what the other ones are. I'm old, I'm out of touch, so I don't know everything that's out there. The only one I know is ChatGPT. So if you have used an AI tool in the last month or so, give me a robot, or a star emoji. Okay? Okay. Okay, so you guys haven't used AI. That's cool. Okay. That's cool. Anyway, but do you guys know what AI means? Yes? AI stands for artificial intelligence, right? So, and you've heard a lot about AI in the news recently. And there are a lot of companies popping up with their apps. I've seen some saying that they're going to help you with your legal business. They're going to help you, figure out your insurance rewards, all of these things, right? And AI is really at the forefront of a lot of our headlines these days. And it seems to be a rapidly expanding market. And of course, you're going to have people who are trying to ride the wave. So there's a company called OpenAI, right? OpenAI Inc. They started in 2015. And OpenAI, they basically just provide artificial intelligence tools, right? They started in 2015. They are currently suing another company called Open Artificial Intelligence, okay? This company, now again, we have OpenAI, which AI, we said AI stands for artificial intelligence. So we've got OpenAI Inc., actor strike. Okay, we'll talk about that in a little bit. So we've got OpenAI Inc., and then we have Open Artificial Intelligence. These are two businesses that are operating at the same time. Do you guys already, before we even get into the facts, do you see where there might be a problem here? Do you see where there might be a problem with a company named OpenAI and another one named Open Artificial Intelligence? If you see the problem, give me a 1 in the comments, okay? Now, in terms of, okay, Instagram, I think I'm going to start this, over because, okay, the connection is not, okay, I'm going to start back up, guys. Hold on, Facebook. Hold on, Facebook. Okay. Okay, we're back. Instagram. Hopefully that works. Let me put this. Call me now for your free lawsuit. Okay. Hey Jay Blackbeard. Sorry. I'm sorry, Al. The connection before was terrible. The connection before was terrible, so I had to start the show over. But we're just going to jump into the stories, all right? Why is this not? Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, so as I was saying before, there is a company out there called OpenAI, and there is another company out there called Open Artificial Intelligence, right? OpenAI started in 2015. Open Artificial Intelligence started pretty soon after OpenAI. We all know that the AI market is, booming and expanding. Sorry guys, when the text, when your texts go off and your brain just goes, that's what's happening to me right now. But yeah, so OpenAI Inc., they've been out in these streets doing their thing, and then soon after they started, open artificial intelligence comes along. And open artificial intelligence, they go and buy the domain name open.ai. Okay? Now, can you see where confusion would come in at that point? You have one company out here that is called OpenAI, and then you have another company out here that's called Open Artificial Intelligence, and their website is open.ai. Do you guys see where there might be a bit of confusion there? Give me a yes, give me a no in the comments. Let me know y'all are there, because I'm worried. Can y'all see me? Are we, am I getting through? I'm worried that my screen is stuck. So somebody give me like a thumbs up or something so I know that we're good. Okay? Anyway, so OpenAI is currently suing Open Artificial Intelligence for trying to undermine them. They said that Open Artificial Intelligence, they're also trying to keep OpenAI from establishing any trademarks in the U.S., and they are tired of Open Artificial Intelligence trying to, block their shine. So they are currently suing for the domain name open.ai. So I want to know from you guys, who do you think should get it? Now, obviously, OpenAI did open first. They started their business first. However, they did not secure the domain for open.ai. Open Artificial Intelligence did. So should OpenAI have any say in Open Artificial Intelligence's choice of domain name? Let me know what you think about it. Okay? Anyway, but that was a quick one. Let's move on to, the second story is a little bit more involved. So like I said, AI is becoming more and more popular. More people are using it. Like I said, I've been using it for my captions. And you can use AI for all sorts of things, including game development, right? But because of the fear of being hit with infringement lawsuits, a certain game developer is not accepting any games that have been developed using AI. So if you are a game developer and you use AI for your coding or images and things like that, do not submit any of your work to Valve, that company, because they said, look, we don't want any copyright or infringement smoke. So if you submit a game to us that has been obviously developed using AI, we don't care how good it is, we're not taking it. Valve sees, all of the craziness that's going on in the legal field with all these copyright infringement suits having to do with AI, and they don't want any of that smoke. So they are avoiding it altogether until a definitive answer comes along with, how AI can be used and things like that. So if you know anyone who is a game developer, let them know that if they're going to use AI, don't submit it to Valve, because they don't want it, at least not now. All right? Okay. Let's move on to something a little bit more tangible. AI is cool, but look, because I can't see it, it's a little hard for me to get excited about it. But anyway, let's move on to the next story. If you have ever visited a real estate website, give me a house emoji. Okay, if you've ever visited a real estate website, give me a house emoji. When I was buying my house, I was looking through all of them. I was on Zillow, Redfin. There was one called, was it Trulia? There were like 3 big ones, right? And, I was looking every day. Because, you can look at the room, you can read the reports on the neighborhoods, you can see all of the pictures of the insides and things like that. So it is a very important tool, right? But did you know that the pictures that appear on those real estate websites, those are licensed out, or some of them are. So And meaning you have to pay. There is a certain company that takes these real estate pictures, and you have to pay them to use these photos. And currently, one of the biggest. Hey, Lee CJ, thanks for coming back, hon. Sorry, I had to start over. The connection was terrible. Yeah, so Zillow. I'm sorry, not Zillow. So this company, they take pictures of real estate and they will license them out to other real estate companies if they want to use them on their website, right? So Zillow was one of these companies that wanted to use the photos. But instead of going to this company and licensing the pictures properly, Zillow used more than 2,400 pictures from this company without a license, right? Now, when the company realized that Zillow was using their photos, they sent them a cease and desist. This was in, I want to say, July of last year, right? And at that time, Zillow had used maybe about a little over 300 photos, right? After the first cease and desist, Zillow didn't stop. They kept using this company's photos. The company is called VHT. Up until they used a total of about 2,400 pictures from this company. So if you can imagine, you are a photographer, a real estate photographer, you're going out on the street, you're taking pictures of these homes, the inside and everything, so they look beautiful, and people are supposed to pay you for these photos, and this big company Zillow is just ripping these photos off of your site and not paying you. So obviously, what do you think VHT did? What do you guys think VHT did when they realized that Zillow was just like acting like, no girl, we're not going to pay you for these photos? What do you think they did? They filed a lawsuit, okay? So VHT sued Zillow, and currently Zillow has to pay VHT $2 million because they, infringed their copyright. They did not get permission from this real estate photography company to use those photos. Now, Zillow is, of course, trying to appeal it, but they have lost. This isn't the first time, they're on the losing end. This is actually a second appeal. So, and they lost that second appeal. So it looks like Zillow is going to have to end up paying that $2 million to this photography company, which they should. What is the lesson we pull from this? Guys, you need to be careful when you are pulling photos from the internet, particularly if you are using them to make money, okay? A company like Zillow, their website works because people, they see the houses and they may contact, the real estate agent and stuff. So they're making money. So in order for them to use those pictures on their website, the people who take the pictures, of course, they want to get paid. There is no reason why a company as big as Zillow should be out here just ripping pictures from the internet. You know better, especially in this day and age where people are, infringement happy. So Zillow is probably going to have to end up paying $2 million because they did not get permission to use photos. So when you guys are pulling photos from the internet to promote your things for sale, you need to be careful. Your best bet is to find, stock image companies. Some of them are free, some of them are not. Or better yet, shoot your own content so that you don't have to worry about being sued for copyright infringement because you used a photo that wasn't yours. Okay? All right. Next story that we are talking about. How many of y'all have ever gone to a psychic? If you have ever visited a psychic, give me a crystal ball. Okay, and while you do that, I'm going to tell you a story about me and psychics. So when I was little, I don't even think I was 10, and they used to show the psychic commercials on the TV, and they would have a number for each sign. And I'm little, I just picked whatever number, like the last one I could read, and I would call it. And it wasn't even my sign, it was like Capricorn or something. I'm a Gemini. And I on the commercials, they said, yeah, first minute's free, da da da. So, I would call like every day. And when the phone bill came, let's just say that was the last time I called the psychic hotline. Okay. But anyway, so we've all seen or we've heard of, the most famous TV psychic, Miss Cleo. Call me now for your free reading, right? And psychics have been around forever. But apparently during the pandemic, the demand for psychic services increased, and a lot of online psychic services started, or call lines and things like that. So there were two companies. One is called, well, we'll start with the first one. So there's a company called Soulmate Medium. Okay, Soulmate Medium was a psychic hotline to help you, I guess, find the person you're going to be with. Right? They had like over 100 of their psychics. I don't know. And answering calls, and they were doing pretty well until they ran into the crosshairs of Enlightened Today. Okay, Enlightened Today is another online psychic hotline, and they basically accused Soulmate Medium of stealing their scripts. So when these psychics, when you contact these psychics, what is that noise? When you contact these psychics, they're not just talking off the dome, especially with these big, commercial ones. There is a script that they follow, to talk to you. And Enlightened Today basically accused Soulmate Medium of stealing their scripts, and they got Soulmate Medium's website shut down for almost a month. Okay, so Soulmate Medium is currently battling a copyright infringement lawsuit against another psychic hotline. And in my head, I'm like, so y'all didn't see that coming? Y'all didn't see that y'all were going to be sued for suing these scripts, but for using these scripts? So what do we learn from this story? If you are going to be out here shilling your wares, and especially with something that is so personal as, giving someone advice that's supposed to be tailored to them, make sure that nobody can trace it back. You need to make it unique. You cannot build a strong business on the back of another business. It never works, because if that business goes down, you go down. Or if that business finds out, you still go down. I don't know if you guys remember that there was this lawsuit brought against Purell, because Purell claimed to be 99.99% or eliminate 99.99% of germs, right? And of course, there's always the store brand. You go to Target and you can get the up and up version of Purell, right? And Target always says compare to such and such brand, right? So Purell got hit by the FTC for false claims, because they were saying, well, y'all are claiming that it's 99.99%, effective at eliminating germs, but we've done our own testing and it's only 70% effective. So once they found out that Purell was only doing 70%, they went over and tapped Up and Up on the shoulder and said, hey girl, you out here saying that you're as good as Purell, but Purell isn't even as good as Purell says it is. So then Up and Up was also in trouble with the FTC. So when you are out here building your business on another business's back, it never ends well for you. Okay, so you need to be careful out here. All right. Okay. Before we move on to our next story, I want to take a moment to reset. You are watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you are in the startup phase of your business and you are looking for some legal guidance to guide you through all of those winding paths of business formation so that you can grow and scale with confidence, hit me up. Why do you need that stuff in order? You need it because those of you who want to establish business credit, you need to have your business paperwork in order. Those of you who want to partner with big brands, you're going to need your business paperwork in order, because they're going to ask you for your DUNS numbers, your articles of incorporation, da 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 da. And if you want to get into federal contracting, you're also going to need to have your paperwork in order, because the government contract is not going to pay you by cash out. Okay, so if you want to get your business, get the foundation set up legally and properly, hit your girl up. I do provide free 15-minute consultations for first-time clients at linktr.ee/nplconsultingfirm. Okay. All right. Next story that we are talking about is actually very funny. So, if you look in the stories, I asked you guys what are your three favorite emojis. A few of you had a chance to answer before. Why is this thing doing that? A few of you had a chance to answer before I went live. But did you know that there are proprietary emojis? Like the emojis that we use, while we can use them every day on our tweets and things like that, you can't use them online. You can use emojis how you want, but you can't do that offline, right? So this person wrote a book. Now, I'm not sure if this person is male or female, but the name is Jiyun Kaier. And this person wrote a book about emojis. But because of the intellectual property associated with emojis, because Google owns some emojis, Apple owns some emojis, there are different emojis everywhere. The author of this book on emojis couldn't use those emojis in the book. So what he did was he got an artist, an illustrator, to draw emojis for him for the book, so that he could avoid the issue of being, accused of infringement if he used proprietary emojis. Now, some companies care, some don't. But because this is not, because his book was going through a publisher, and publishers don't want to have to deal with any intellectual property issues, it was just much easier for him to just hire an illustrator and say, let's just draw our own emojis so we don't have to worry about nobody coming after us. Okay, so this was a very smart move. He's like, look, if I want to do this and I can't do it the way that I want to, so I'm going to find a workaround that decreases my legal liability. When you are trying to put something out there, when you are trying to put a work out there, you never want to put yourself in a position where someone could say, hey, you took that from me without permission. Okay, so you either should create your own or get permission. And in this case, Jiyun Kaier decided to have his own emojis drawn, and I think that's super smart. So for all of you authors out there who want to write on something that's common, take a page out of Kaier's book. Okay. All right, our next story that we are talking about, this is a very quick one. So a while ago, I told you guys that Shein had sued Temu for infringement, copyright infringement, trademark infringement, all this stuff, right? Now, I'm sure you guys have seen the Temu commercials. They're another, cheap, fast fashion, cheap everything from China type company. And I see their advertisements everywhere. Well, Shein, like I said, they sued them for copyright and trademark infringement because it said Temu basically stole their whole style. If you go to the Temu website and you go to the Shein website, they look kind of similar. Actually, very similar. Actually, Temu looks like Temu, AliExpress, and Shein. They all look very similar. But Shein has gotten a temporary restraining order against Temu because they're like, look, the way Temu is out here in these streets, we could be irreparably harmed by their actions. They're stealing all of our thunder. They're stealing all of our customers. So Shein has gotten a temporary restraining order against Temu. I will say I have noticed fewer Temu ads lately. but I haven't gone into the specifics of what the temporary restraining order is. But I thought this was hilarious because Shein is suing Temu for infringement when Shein themselves is under investigation for RICO because they are stealing from artists everywhere. Okay, is that not the pot calling the kettle black? Anyway, so yeah, so Shein has gotten a temporary restraining order against Temu. So now I'm wondering who's going to get a temporary restraining order against Shein. All right. Okay, and our last story of the evening. I guess this is going to be a short show. All right. My video game players. Okay, I'm sure you've heard of the video game The Last of Us. There was recently a series on HBO based on that video game. It did pretty well. Well, in this is really funny. So if you have a Nintendo Switch, you may have heard of this game called The Last Hope Dead Zone Survival. Okay? Basically, Nintendo tried to copy The Last of Us and made their own kind of zombie game that you could play on Switch. It got really, really bad reviews. People were like, this is the worst game I've ever played. And the parallels between The Last Hope and The Last of Us was very prominent. So Nintendo ended up pulling this game from the eStore. So you can no longer find The Last Hope when you are in the Switch store to get your games. So not only were you infringing, you didn't even do a good job of it. Everybody was clowning this game, and this is why I say building your business off the back of another business just doesn't work. You need to be you, be original. And you're Nintendo. You got all this Super Mario money, you got all this Donkey Kong money, and you're going out and copying a game from, a smaller company. I've never even heard of Naughty Dog, okay? So anyway, Nintendo had to, tuck their tail between their legs and pull the game from their app store, not because it was of infringement, but because because of their competitor, but because their own customer base was like, this is garbage. Okay, so let that be a word to the wise. You need to be aware of the quality that your customer base expects. Okay, you're Nintendo. We expect very well done engaging video games. We are not expecting cheap knockoffs. All right, so good luck to Nintendo and good luck to Naughty Dog. All right, so those were the stories that I wanted to share with you tonight. Tonight is a little shorter than usual, but that is okay. What's today? August 8th? It's August 8th. Wow. Anyway, so yeah, so those are the stories I'm going to leave you with. I hope you have a wonderful evening. If you have any questions about the stories that I covered tonight, make sure that you go to linktr.ee/nplconsultingfirm or the DMs and, drop a question in there. Tonight we talked about artificial intelligence and how gaming companies are shying away from games produced with AI. Zillow has to pay a photography company $2 million for using their pics without permission. A psychic hotline company got sued by another psychic hotline company for infringement on their scripts. A book about emojis could not use the emojis themselves, so they had an illustrator draw the emojis. And Nintendo had to pull a game because it was bad and it was a cheap knockoff. All right. So I am excited to hear from you guys. Make sure you link up with me. If you missed any of the show, don't worry. It'll be up in a moment and you can watch it at your leisure. All right. Have a great night, guys. Bye. Wait, did I shut this off? Oh, sorry.